Hi, Michelle Galinsky here from Your Blossoming Mind, and I'm here today to talk to you about EFT basics. EFT is short for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's also referred to as tapping, and the basics are the tapping points and the sequence. So the tapping points are actually meridian points, and they correspond to energy channels in the body. The concept is that if we have blockages within our energy channels in the body, then that will cause dis-ease, mental, physical, emotional dis-ease in the body. So by focusing on whatever it is that is bothering us, we can tap on the meridian points at the same time as we focus on those issues and unblock those blockages, which will give us relief and get rid of the dis-ease. Now, the amount of time that we get relief can depend on whether or not we get to the actual core issue or not. And that happens by focusing on the issue, and as you're tapping, whatever comes into your mind while you're focused on that issue, tap on that. So the next thing that I'd like to point out about tapping is when we tap, it does not have to be hard. You are not tapping hard. You don't want to cause any discomfort or pain, so we just tap lightly. We tap with the pads of the fingers, not the fingertips. We don't want, again, to cause any injury or discomfort, so we don't want to be tapping with the nail of the finger. We're using the pads. Use 2 or 3 fingers, doesn't matter. And it also doesn't matter which side you tap on or which side you tap with. Some people even choose to tap on both sides at the same time with both hands, and that is perfectly fine. The most important thing is focusing on the issue and tapping on the correct spots. So the first thing I'm going to go through now is the accurate spots or points that we tap on. So the very first one that we tap on is called the karate chop point, and that's on the fleshy area, the side of the hand, underneath the pinky. That's the karate chop point. It's also where we do our setup statement. I'll talk about that more after I review the points. So the first one is the karate chop point, also where we do our setup statement. And we're just tapping with 2 or 3 fingers, tapping lightly, not hard at all, and tapping with the pad of our fingers. The next spot that we tap on is the eyebrow point, and the eyebrow point is right at the very beginning of your eyebrow. It's on the bone. Again, it's lightly, tapping usually with about 2 fingers, and just tapping lightly on the eyebrow point. The next point is called side of the eye, and that's where your eyebrow point ends, or your eyebrow ends, and it's on the bone, and tapping lightly with about 2 fingers. And then the under eye, that's the next point under the eye on the bone. The next one is called under nose, and under the nose, between the upper lip and the nose, and that's where we tap. The next point is called the chin point. However, it's not exactly on the chin. We actually tap on this indentation between your lower lip and your chin. So again, this is the chin point, and we just tap lightly, again with just a couple fingers. So the next point, and this is the point that I see the most mistakes made on, is the collarbone point. It's called the collarbone point, but we are not tapping on the actual collarbone. What we do is we find the collarbone, and then we move down about a full hand's width, and right in the middle, here's the middle of where your 2 collarbones are, but in the middle of each collarbone, move down about a hand's width, and there's a tender spot. That is the collarbone point. So that's where we tap, on the collarbone point. Even though it's not on the collarbone, this is what is called the collarbone point. The next spot that we tap is called underarm, and it is under the arm For men, it's in direct line with the nipple. Um, for women, it's right in the middle of where your bra band goes across. So it's about a full hand's width again from your armpit, and it's a tender spot. So that's where we tap for underarm. The next point and the final point is top of the head. And it is, just as stated, on the top of the head, right in the center, the crown of your head. That is top of the head. And that's it. Those are all the points. And in fact, we did them in the sequence in which we actually do the tapping. So that's not only the points, but the sequence. So now we're going to actually do a sequence. The first thing we do before we start our sequence is we focus in on the issue and we give it a rating on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being no issue at all, 10 being the highest intensity. So you focus on whatever you're going to tap on and say it's a headache, and you give it a value. I'm going to focus on headache. I'm going to give it a value of 8, and then I'm going to start my sequence. The first thing we do is the karate chop point where we do our setup statement. The setup statement is always, even though I have this blank, and you fill in the blank with whatever the issue is that you're tapping on. Even though I have this blank, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And we say it 3 times. So while tapping on the karate chop point, even though I have this headache, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this headache, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this headache, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And all the while you are substituting whatever your issue is for when I say headache. You're filling in the blank with your own issue. So we do that 3 times, and then we move on to the other tapping points. The eyebrow point, this headache. The side of the eye, this headache. Under eye, this headache. Under the nose, this headache. Chin, this headache. Collarbone point, this headache. Underarm point, this headache. And top of the head, this headache. Then you take in a nice deep breath, let it out, and reassess on a scale of 0 to 10, where is the intensity of that issue right now? Where is the discomfort or dis-ease that you're feeling? So give it a rating. It should have gone down at least 1 or 2 points. For my purposes, I'm going to say it's gone down to a 4. And so I would do another tapping round. When you're tapping on these points, the points on your face, your collarbone point, the underarm point, and the top of the head, when you're tapping on those points, whatever comes to mind, either associated with this issue that you're tapping on, or it pops into your mind and you don't even think it's related, just tap on that. Because if something pops into your mind while you're focused on the issue, it's probably your subconscious mind telling you that it has something to do with that issue. Even if it seems far-fetched, just tap on it. It can't do any harm, but you may be surprised at how accurate your subconscious mind is in letting you know what you need to tap on. And by doing that, you may be getting to the very core of the issue. And if you tap on the very core of that issue, you may eradicate the issue forever. The more accurate you are on the points and on getting to the core, the more long-lasting permanent results you will get. So I would do another round, focusing on the issue, reassessing the number before I start, and then tapping on those points, focusing on whatever pops into my mind, and just saying whatever comes to mind as you tap, and going through those points again. And then when you're done, you just take in a nice deep breath again, let it out, reassess, and it should have gone down even more. When you get down to a 3, 2, 1, even a 0, if you would like, I find it helpful. It's not necessary, but if you would like, at that point, then you can do another round of tapping using the same points, but tapping on positive. Just again, almost anything that comes to mind, but you could tap on something like, even though I still have a little bit of this headache, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I still have a little headache, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I still have a little bit of my headache, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. It is going away. I know it's going to be gone. I choose to let it go and release and get on with my day, feeling great, feeling light, and having a fabulous day. And then just taking a nice deep breath, let it out, reassess, and go on with your day. So tapping is very versatile. You can use it for anything. You can do it anywhere. It takes very little time. You can teach it to others. Just try to be accurate on the points that you teach them. It is a great tool to teach little children or even teenage children. It's a great tool to teach just about anybody because it helps emotional, physical, and mental pain or dis-ease, discomfort. It's had great results in helping to treat people with PTSD. So if I can help out in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out. I can be reached at my website, yourblossomingmind.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/yourblossomingmind. My email is yourblossomingmind@gmail.com, and my phone number is 772-444-MIND, 772-444-6463. Please reach out. I'm happy to help. Thank you very much. Have a fabulous day.